Hey, hello everybody. Is there still glitter on my face? Can you see it? There is still some. You can't really see it. Whew. It's about 9:56 in the morning. And Dream played with Icky Blossoms last night. We played our record release show. Really was a smashing success. We did not sell as many records as we wanted, but Slowdown is a cool club. It's full size, and then they can have it. They have these walls that they shut, and then it's half the size of a club, and that's where a lot of the shows occur. Last time Icky Blossoms played, they played the half. I just assumed we were going to be playing the half. When I got there to do sound check, it was the full club on the big stage. And we had pre-sold almost 150 tickets. That was real nice. So I love playing on a big stage, and I love Slowdown's big stage. It's just about the right size. Everything is tailored for the musician, for loading, easy loading in, the lounge straight upstairs, full shower and everything. You know, it's perfect for musicians. So that was, to start with, was a thrill. It was good to hook up with Icky Blossoms after they've been on tour. I hadn't seen Dereck Presnell for over a month. It's really good to see Dereck and Dereck. Even though I'm the original Dereck in Omaha, they call me Higgins because Dereck Presnell is a large figure on the music scene. His relative success with the things he's done with Tilly and the Wall and Icky Blossoms and some other things, you know, people call him Dereck, so they call me Higgins, which I'm fine with. Had a nice conversation with Dereck after the sound check. We went and ate, and I was able to talk business and talk about the publishing thing, you know, because this is how business goes, and it was acknowledged that I helped them. It was also acknowledged that going into it, there was no guarantee that anything was going to work. And so, as a businessman, he had needed to play his cards close to his chest, which means, you know, the principal songwriters on this first album are me and Nick, and that's who's getting the publishing in case anything happens. Fully understand. The other thing I want to say about this, because again, I'm really transparent about how I do things and talk. I admire Dereck Presnell immensely because he works hard. He works a lot harder than I want to. He actually gave me some great ideas last night and a perspective that I really appreciate. I'm going to keep it to myself for now because I need to decide what I'm going to do, because if I talk about it, I probably won't do it. But Dereck is really smart, but he's also a hard-working man. Hard-working man. So is Nick. That's why I'm glad to be associated with these guys. Couple of little things about last night which were cool. As well known as I am among circles in Omaha, there are a lot of people who have no idea who I am. So when I get to Slowdown to set up, there's two opening bands last night besides us. And the other opening bands are milling about and stuff, and I come in and I'm really obviously older than some of the other folks. So, like, one of the opening bands guy, sees me bringing in my stuff and says, "Are you part of tonight's entertainment?" And I'm very kind. I just look at him and say, "I'm an InDreama." Then it happened again a little bit later. Either the other band or somebody else, either working. No, all the people that work there know me. There was one more musician or someone backstage area, and basically asking, who I was. And I am an observer of people. I really don't try to project stuff on the people. I try to see what's going on there. And these people's perceptions of me shifted just the slightest, you know, in the way that they treated me the rest of the night. Especially after we played. I like that, because we did. We played well. It remains to be seen if anyone shot any footage on their camera or their phone. We'll see. I loaded some pictures that my friend Pam took on my camera. That's on my Facebook page. Dereck Higgins. So anyway, about the show. There were 4 bands, and the first band was a young band I had never seen before. A bunch of kids, called Places We Slept. And what I liked about them, I told them to watch my channel because I went ahead and bought their single. They had a single-sided 12-inch and they had a 7-inch. And I told them if I liked them, I'll buy something. And this is what I'll say about the band. They are young and just getting started, and that's what I heard. Now, what I like about the band, Places We Slept, isn't that nice? Is that their influence is twee pop, Sarah Records, not the usual, okay? So that, when I was talking to them before they played, caught my interest, that their main influence is twee pop, and C86. From Omaha? Yeah. So then they played, and the band is young, okay? Again, guys, if you watch this, I have to always stay honest. So I enjoyed your set, but you're at the beginning of playing, and it really shows to me. Here's the record. I had them sign it, too. Only 100 copies of these made. And another little personal connection. We got to talking, and determined that they had gotten help with the printing out at Kinko's. And my drummer, or rather the drummer I work with in RAF with Rick Agnew, works at one of the Kinko's, the one they go to. And they started talking about, oh, we met this punk rock guy who says so and so and so. Yeah, that's my drummer. That's the guy that plays drums with me. So that was way cool. So the record is super lo-fi. My God, this is lo-fi. It's like you recorded it on a handheld cassette recorder. So it's lo-fi as fuck. There is one song on there, Tunefully, that I like. I didn't catch the name of it. But what I'll say about you guys is keep going, you know, because your sound is going to come together. It's still in the formative stages here, but I liked you on stage. I liked you as people. I like your ethic, DIY. Go for it. The next act was a one-man thing called Plaque Blague, as in the reverse of Black Plague. He gave me a shirt. And the guy dresses up in S&M stuff, full leathers, you know, faces in a mask, black mask. He's got the jock strap with studs. He had on leather chaps last night. His butt is fully exposed, and he was incredible. He only had CDs, and I just don't buy CDs, so I didn't buy anything. It's the second time I saw him, but really got the crowd going, you know, because again the music was like electronic body music, you know, pounding electronic, you know. I can't tell the words. The women were really enjoying all the butt, but when I talked to him afterwards, he said, it's not for the ladies. It just cracked me up. I can't tell, and I like that for the most part. I can't tell who's gay and who's not, and it doesn't matter. I really don't care. It really, in my opinion, in a perfect world, your sexuality does not matter at all. The only thing that should ever matter is when people hurt others. That's the problem. You know, that's the only problem, is people hurting each other. Okay. So then, I'm really glad that I practiced my setup, because my setup worked. Everything worked all night. Nick, on the other hand, had problems. he bought a new amp, a new Fender. You know, that's like I keep saying. Nick is on his way up, and he's still struggling. He's still dead fucking broke. You know what I'm saying? Because every penny he makes goes back into what he's doing. So last night he used a brand new out of the crate Fender Twin. I forget the model number, and it either the amp took a shit on him, or his pad, his pedal board. So it happened during our set, and it happened during the Icky Blossom set, you know. But thankfully, because my shit was on, I carried through. You know, there's a couple parts where the music is very, very spacey, and the only thing that's happening is what's happening. Either Nick singing or playing guitar. That's the structure, and then what's left is what we're doing, mostly me. And there's a couple points where the only thing was me holding the song together. So I'm really glad that my shit was working. This was interesting. We didn't sell out Big Slowdown, but we sold several hundred. I don't know how many hundred. Over 200 people. We got paid nicely. I'm not saying how much, but we got paid enough that after the split, did I make some money to live on? Yes! Yeah, I can actually pay some bills and buy some groceries with what I made last night on the show. Nick was disappointed in the record sales. We sold several. You know, I took almost all of the purple, not knowing what to expect. We actually had some people who preferred to buy the black. So purple is going to be limitedly available, and I'll talk about that at the end, so stay tuned for details. But the thing about the InDreama's show is that, well, about last night, there was a lot going on last night because it's Halloween weekend, so a lot of my friends who said they were coming didn't come. A lot of friends, period, of ours didn't come. Several did, but in spite of the fact that a bunch of our friends didn't show, the place was packed. That's nice. We got a bunch of fans, we do. Icky Blossoms has a lot of fans, you know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of people there who were there for Icky who didn't realize that Nick is InDreama. What InDreama does is very different from Icky Blossoms. We do not cater to your good time, which I'm pretty sure I'm perceiving this correctly. People want catharsis and they want to have a good time, and they like it a certain way, you know, almost like sex. Icky Blossoms does that, you know. It's a dance party band, you know. We'll bring you up with climax, go home. InDreama is like completely different, completely non-commercial. It's like when you join us, you're on your own to figure out what's going on, because we take you into the Dreama world. And it's very spacey. We have some aggressive songs, but right now the majority of our set is spacey and weird. And there was at one point where our last song is the last song on the album Exodus. Some people compare the main riff of it to 9 Inch Nails. That's fine. So, but by the time before we get to that, we really go pretty far out into space. And we lost some people. I know we lost some of the girls, for sure, you know. And so I think that's one of the things that is a challenge for InDreama in order to expand. We do have to get out and play for people. We need to play with bands that are similar to us as opposed to bands that are just there, you know, to make the party happen. Yeah, you know, somebody like Acid Mother's Temple or some of the spacier bands that are out now would be a good, you know, frankly, a band of all time that I could really see InDreama playing with really well is Gong. InDreama and Gong would be a hell of a show. Really enjoyed it last night. I'm sore. That's the one thing about being my age, is that, you know, all that jumping around that I do, just like everybody else, I really feel it the next day. I really do. What else? So there was a big party afterwards. I did not go. Tired. Even at my age, there was a couple ladies that had fixated upon me, you know, and I'm just still of a mind that I just don't want the drama. I mean, I can just see it. I can see it. It's like, yeah, I get some sex tonight, but I'll get a whole lot of drama with it too. I know this from experience. I'm not interested in the drama. So I went home. You know, people were pleading with me to come to the after party. I said, nah, I'm gonna go home and smoke some weed, chill out. There is a possibility that InDreama will play one more time before the end of the year. I'll find out from Nick tomorrow. At the end of the night, he told me how much we made, gave me the money, and he said we'll split it up on Monday. And we'll see if we got this other gig. I hope we did. I hope we did. I'd love to play again. The other thing I know for sure is that this band is made for the world. My experience of playing in Japan and Europe, audiences are different. And I'm going to be real honest. I like the European audiences much better in Japanese too. My experience was that the European audiences really listen. And InDreama is made for a listening audience. InDreama is made for an audience that's ready for an experience. Ultimately, you know, if we could do a show the way that we would like to, it would be to control the entire environment of the whole night and make it a happening, a multimedia experience. And you know, the performance by InDreama wouldn't even be the central thing. It would be one of the things, and it wouldn't even happen all at once. It would happen intermittently throughout the night, with all sorts of other things going on at the same time. That would be my ideal way of playing an InDreama show. So, no needle drops this morning. Some people liked me jamming my bass along with Opeth. I really like Opeth riffs. Some people were saying, upload the whole thing for instructional purposes. Nah, I'm not gonna. And the reason is, I don't know. Supposedly it's computerized, but I get a feeling like I'm, you know, being singled out, and probably I'm not. But I see a lot of videos on YouTube where people are blatantly playing music that's not theirs all the way through. I don't see any sort of notice or nothing. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because of the country. I don't know, but it pisses me off. So no, I'm not going to be uploading me playing bass to Opeth all the way through to show you how to play the whole song. Sorry. No. Needle drops. Yeah, I want to do needle drops. Thank you for acknowledging it, folks, because I am... The one thing I'll do with my needle drops is I'm going to play stuff. I'm not going to play stuff everybody's heard. We'll get to that. There's always so much in my mind that it's like I'm thinking, what else do I want to talk about? This is one of those times when it would be nice if I had a show where people could ask questions, or, you know, or make it more interactive. That would be nice. But the last thing I'll say is this. So I have about 20 purple vinyl copies of InDreama left. Until I change the website, which will be either late today or tomorrow. If you order, the price is the same, $15 plus postage, but we're going to up the price. I'm going to up the price to $20 a copy. So if you see this and you go to my blog site to order, which is, you can only get the purple vinyl from me now. You cannot get purple vinyl from Team Love. You can get it from me, the man that pressed it. It's still the same price, 15 plus postage, until I change the website. So if you see this and you go to my blog spot and it's the old information. You have to scroll down. You can get InDreama on purple vinyl for $15 plus shipping. When I change the website, which is either going to be later today or tomorrow, when you click on it, the InDreama album is going to be back on top, first thing you see, but you'll also see, I'm going to post it, the price has gone up to $20 plus postage. So if you're interested in getting colored vinyl InDreama, you have a chance, once you see this video, to get it at $15 as opposed to $20. And yeah, tomorrow it'll be $20 if there's any left. I don't know. I mean, again, the other thing that's interesting to me is Nick hasn't even really started to sell his own record. I've been selling InDreama. In many ways, I'm just a member of the band. I'm expendable. InDreama could be InDreama without me. You know what I'm saying? That could happen. But here, I'm the one selling it, you know? And that's what's interesting. Nick is so busy with his other stuff, he really hasn't even had a chance to focus on his own project to really establish it. And that's why I'm still very, very encouraged, and my gut feels real good about the InDreama thing, because Nick hasn't even made it his priority yet. You know, the plan is for InDreama to be his priority next year, along with some other things. But I'm very hopeful that we can really, you know, show people what InDreama is about once Nick can focus on it, because I've been the one. And it's not even really my record. I'm just in the band. I put it out. I have a lot of pride in this, you know. Oh, that was the other thing. I did talk to a few people last night at the show in between bands about this, because I needed to explain about the Team Love thing. You know, because it's like, yeah, oh, it's so cool that Team Love put it. I said, well, Team Love put their name behind us. They're distributing us. I put it out, and I point out that it's my record company. It's my record company. I said with great pride, no arrogance, but with great pride, I put the money up. And then a couple of musicians had a million questions afterwards. I could have had a fucking seminar, you know what I'm saying, on how to put a record out and everything, you know. That was cool. That was respect, you know, because it has been somewhat advantageous to let people think that Team Love is behind us. And they are, kind of. But this record would have never happened without my money. And that's another thing that Dereck was telling me, is that, you could use more press, but you need to go out and get the press. And I don't do that too much, you know. I might. He gave me some ideas. I'm tired today. Okay, we're over 20 minutes already. Jeez. Talk to me, people.